James, Daily Freak Show. Wow!
Freak show. Holly came from Miami, FLA.
James, Daily Freak Show. Where are we?
We're at Holly Woodlawn's Hollywood home for her 64th birthday party.
It's going to be fabulous.
Happy birthday, Holly.
Happy birthday, Holly. What we're going to do, I think we're going to do like a little Holly 101. For all the new kids, you have to keep reintroducing yourself every 5 years or they forget you.
Yeah,
exactly. So, Holly came from Miami, FLA.
That's the Lou Reed song.
You stole your mother's aquamarines to get a bus ticket.
Yes, I did. Shame on me.
Bless her heart.
I paid her back many times over.
But so even then, you knew that if you got to New York, your life would be different.
We'd go to New York and be a star.
A star. What year was this?
This was in 1962.
When you got to New York, there was an underground scene that was happening, and you fell immediately into that? Or?
No. I hung out in the street and did what kids do when they first come to New York. You have to sell your soul, your body, whatever. But I met people that were really nice and very sweet, not street, horror people that, teach you how to put razor blades in your nail polish.
But you did meet some of those, too.
Some of those, and they took care of me, and then I moved to Brooklyn with this guy who fell madly in love with me as his wife, and he saved the money for me to get an operation and all that, but at the last minute, I changed my mind. Thank God.
Now, you were in a play, I think, with Jackie, was it? You were in...
Heaven Grant and Amber Orbit.
Oh, is this the one you were in like Vaseline and you poured Vaseline over your body?
Well, I had to make an impression.
And that's the one that there was an interview and you said that you were a Warhol star even though you weren't.
I know. I found out that Danny Warhol and Paul Morrissey were coming that night. And I said, oh, look, these bags of glitter. Oh, look, I'm a humongous jar of Vaseline.
And voila, a star is born.
Needless to say. So Paul Morrissey got a message to me, asking me to call him up next week and would I like to be in a movie. And
this was Trash.
And this was Trash with George Lissandro. And that was supposed to be in one scene, which led to another and another. And next thing I knew, George Cukor was trying to nominate me for an Academy Award for Best, but they didn't know what category to put me in.
The scene where you fuck yourself with the beer can.
It's a beer bottle. Miller High Life.
I knew that. The urban legend is that you were really doing it at the time.
No, I'm just a good method actress.
Okay. Were you in love with Joe? Did you?
Not at all. No.
Where did that come from? Where did that scene come
Well,
from?
first of all, I was terrified of Joe. You can see what he was.
He's a little standoffish.
He was very quiet, but with me, he was a gentleman. He's the one that got me the beer bottle.
It was his idea?
No, it was Paul's idea. He said, well, Holly, why don't you have sex with a beer bottle? And I beg your pardon? I've had sex with lots of things, but a beer bottle? Well, at least let me drink it first.
None of that was scripted, right? None of Trash was...
Not one word of it.
So it came from you somewhere. It's somewhere that character is you.
It's funny, after like the second scene with Joe, he made me feel so comfortable being with him that there was a rapport, and Paul noticed that.
Did you see Joe anymore?
No, I don't, but I see Paul a lot.
I knew Andy a little bit in the 80s, and what I remember of Andy is that when he would walk into the room, we would all line up, jump up and down, and say, Andy, look at my outfit. And he'd sort of take your picture, and then you'd walk away.
My favorite is when Andy would say 2 words to you. No, 3. You're so glamorous. So I know, Andy.
Going through your book, there's a lot of instances where you're talking about like meeting Jackie Onassis, you're meeting Truman Capote, said you were the face of the 70s.
Rudolph Nureyev,
Mick Jagger. You really did. You traveled. There's a lot of like George Plimpton things and stuff. Some of like the Judy Garland, Patti Smith, Mapplethorpe, Bowie, Betty Davis.
I met Betty Davis when she was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for 1971. I was going up to the bathroom when she was coming down. I lost it. I said, you're she says, Betty Davis, and you're Holly Woodlawn. And I'm going, how did she know me? She says, I know she didn't see Trash. She said, I heard you're a marvelous actress. But it was just like seeing Betty Davis. It's like seeing God.
Well, it's funny because you traveled in a lot of those circles. You were in sort of like a high society in the 70s, and yet at the end of
paper cups.
Yeah, well, you know, dressing in the gutter and then going to a fabulous party. But afterwards, you said that you sort of were a little disillusioned, that you felt that you were just a plaything at the time for them, and that
When Trash first came out, they made a lot of money, let's face it. And I just got paid by the scene.
it was like $25 or something.
It was $25. So I made $125 out of the entire movie. And they made millions. So I was a little pissed off. But then, as time went by, I found out that Paul Morrissey was the one that actually discovered Andy Warhol. He gave him that look, you know, the leather jacket with the dark glasses, and he's a little pissed off too. But the thing is, you know, we said this was at the Cannes Film Festival. I said, well, isn't that what you wanted? You wanted to stay in the
You were
background?
the eminent screech. You were the power behind the throne.
And now you're pissed off because you're not appreciated, like, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. you know?
Exactly. You know, I said, well, you asked for it.
So let's talk a little bit about the other girls, because you are the last of a generation right now. You know, it's you and Mother Flawless Sabrina.
And Sabrina.
Good Lord. At one point, you called Candy a pig. You said that she was just a filthy, like, smelly whore.
Oh, yeah. Well, one time, you know, we actually had a little falling out. And I said, you know what? You're a pig. Because I was living in Brooklyn with my boyfriend, and she was living with her mother, and she would come in on the weekends, and, you know, and then she'd go to bed all painted, made up, and then she'd wake up like around 5 o'clock in the morning, take a bath or whatever she did, and put everything back on, and then go back to bed. I like Queen Tutankhamun, Nefertiti. So Jack finally said, "Doesn't she have a bathe?" I said, "I don't know. I've never seen her bathe." So.
Because, you know, we think of Candy now, like the mythology is sort of taken over. She is up there with Lana Turner, and
Right. Yeah,
she
but
got her wish, you know.
oh, definitely. But you know, I mean, there was a time where she didn't have any teeth, and you know, now I'm 64 and I have no teeth, but who gives a shit?
How much of it is mythology? You know, I mean, all the factory people. Do you think that they were as interesting as the kids today think they are, or is it mythology?
It's no, they were also being fed, you know. So you want to be Judy Garland, so they helped it along.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was a build-up even at the time. If we were to go back now, do you think that we just think of them all as sort of like trashy speed queens?
Yeah, because so many of them around. But you have to remember, at that time, there was only 3 of us.
Right, and it was the shock of the new. It was like people had never seen this type of behavior, this type of characters,
And also, at the same time, at that time, you had to pass for real.
right. There was no like Lady Gaga or Club Kidding.
None of that. And it was also illegal.
You have done so much for gay culture, and you're such a part of gay history. Do you know how important you are? Do you feel the love?
In a way, I do. But the thing is, you have to remember the night of the Stonewall riots, I just went home early.
Right. Oh, really? Oh, so you weren't at Stonewall?
No, I was there that night.
Wait, you were at Stonewall?
Oh, yes, I was. I was there that night. But the thing is, I also have my boyfriend, you know, who I was living with in Brooklyn. So I had to be home in bed, like Nefertiti. So when he come home, say, what did you do tonight? Oh, nothing. Watch television.
Right.
The next morning, Hollywood.
There you are on the front page.
You know, with Big Marcia, the Black Queen, you know, throwing a garbage can at the cops.
But you, I mean,
I was there, yes.
and I think at a certain point, just by surviving, you get points. You know, I mean, the fact that you're still around.
I think I deserve a couple points for that.
I think so too. What would Candy and Jackie be doing right now if they were still around?
I think they'd be proud of me. I remember both of them say, you know, Holly, out of the 3 of us, we never thought that you would outlast us. Because I was known as I was the it girl.
Right.
You know, I was the party girl. Mm-hmm. Candy was very serious and very, I am a movie star, I'm blonde, and Jackie was, you know, the gum snapping, all right, come on, you know. I mean, her true genius was that she was an incredible writer, incredible playwright. So we were, I mean, the 3 different, we were the 3
Three archetypes, yeah.
3 musketeers.
But there was sort of a tension between all of you, especially like during Women in Revolt.
Oh, you know what? No, the thing is, we played with that.
You never felt like you were worried that they were upstaging you? Or?
Never.
Never. Okay.
No, we were playing along with them because they wanted us to have,
They don't want the queens to get along. They want there to be catfight.
Exactly. So we said, well, why not? Everyone thinks we all hated each other. No, we loved each other. And there's a famous picture of Candy Darling in the hospital, and she's got this white rose. I gave her that rose. We loved each other. We took care of each other. And the thing is, when no one visited her in the hospital, Jackie and I would be there every day. We just said, come on, girl. We're going to visit Miss D, we called her. Miss D.
When you were performing at Reno, when you were...
Oh, at Reno's, I think it was on 13th Street. God, how quickly we forget. 13th Street between 6th and 7th Avenue.
Ethel Merman, you came
Ethel
by, was a horrible audience member.
Oh my God! So I'm appearing there, and Philip Ocasio, the Miss G, comes and says, "Holly, kiss with me in the audience tonight," And of course she's got these two twinks.
Twinks.
Yeah.
Good for her, though, right?
Yeah. And the girl's still kicking. So is it okay if she brings her own wine with her? Ethel Merman bring her own wine? It's like telling Merman she can't sing. I'm thinking she's gonna bring in a case of like Chateau
1904.
And the guy walks in with a huge gallo of white wine for Ethel Merman. I didn't even think it was white, I think it was rosé, which is even sweeter. Ugh.
When she just brought her own cheap bottle of wine with her.
Yeah,
so she didn't have to pay or something?
It's just she was carrying on, I think, In the middle of one of my songs, she's, banging on the spoon. Hey, girl, that's right. Yeah, go sing it, Louise. Yeah. She was fabulous.
And Liza used to come and she would perform.
Yeah, Liza, after I finished my last show, we would all hang out, lock the door, and we'd all sing and carry on.
How fun.
And sing them all. Oh, Liza would sing them all, honey. I mean, all of them.
It would be 6 in the morning and she'd still be good. Liza, we gotta go home.
The sun's coming up.
Well, listen, it's wonderful to see you. We love you. We worship you. You are a goddess.
Give all the dingbats in WOW. Wow.
Yes, and happy birthday. And I want to let you be able to get to your friends and everything.
So glad you came over, and I love you, Maddie.
Happy birthday, Holly. I've loved you for 35 years. I won't stop now.
Hey, Mommy Holly, happy birthday. Love you dearly. Many more. 63, yay. No, 64.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Holly Woodlawn.
I wish you a lot of fame and fortune. You deserve it, Holly, darling.
Happy birthday, Holly. May your 15 minutes never end.
Happy 64th, Holly.
Holly, a happy birthday and many more.
Happy birthday, Holly. I love you madly. Mwah.
Feliz cumpleaños, baby.
Love you, Holly. A million more.
How about 100,000?
Okay, we'll settle for that.
Oh my God, that was absolutely fabulous. Holly Woodlawn, living legend.
Happy birthday, Holly.
Happy birthday, Holly Jameson, James Taylor Fiction. Oh!
She says, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. Said, hey honey, take a walk on the wild side.